Welcome to Mississippi.
I'm Rajaya, I'm 9 years old.
I'm Marjan, I'm 18.
I'm Mardarius, I'm 17.
I'm Sabrina Jones, and I'm the mother of these lovely children.
Welcome to our home!
Yay!
Sabrina Jones is a single mom, working really hard to raise 3 kids. But it hasn't been easy, and after a recent divorce, Sabrina's now the sole provider for her family, and she's doing everything she can just to keep the lights on.
Becoming a single parent 5 years ago after my husband left has been very difficult for me to maintain my income. It's been difficult for me to feed my children. There are times I've come home one day, the light will be off, the next day the gas will be off, or the next day the water will be off. It has been very difficult to be able to keep a roof over our head.
She works full-time as a nurse and also runs a business selling medical apparel out of her home to bring in extra money. But the family's still barely getting by.
My mom, she's just an angel. She's done so much for me and my brother. She's sacrificed a lot for us. She's had to work 2, 3 jobs, as well as pay house notes, car notes, keep food on the table for us.
What's crazy about this family is that these guys have been living in almost a third world situation. They're living in a house without heat, without water. They can't even use their bathroom. They don't even have a working toilet.
Toilet right over here has been one of our biggest problems. You can see the sign here that says, "Please do not have a BM in this commode because it will not flush it down."
I had to put a plastic bag into the toilet areas because the commode system would not work. The septic system is very bad.
It just really upsets me because I can't even use the bathroom. And when people come over, I just feel ashamed because if they have to go to the bathroom, it just makes me want to just run away.
Their house is a total wreck, and the foundation is literally crumbling, and that's just the beginning of a long list of problems.
As you can see, the ceiling up at the front is cracking. We have holes that's in the wall. I have to use a stove for heating because the house is so old in the wintertime, it's just so cold.
My name's Lat McInnes. I'm the Emergency Services Director with the American Red Cross in Jackson, Mississippi. I've known the Jones family for about 4 years through our children's school. In all my years of emergency services, I've seen a lot of families that have been devastated, their homes are destroyed or whatever from disasters, but I've never seen people living in the conditions that the Jones family does.
No family should have to live like this. But what's amazing about Sabrina is that she spends most of her time focusing on the needs of others over her own. She's a huge force in this community, and she and the kids are always volunteering their time to help people in need. Sabrina's even started collecting clothes to give out to the less fortunate around town. And after Hurricane Katrina, she helped raise over $500,000 for storm victims.
I'm Greg Harper, and I'm an attorney in Pearl, Mississippi, and I go to church with Sabrina Jones and have the privilege of serving with her on our Hurricane Relief Committee. And we've been helping people that are in bad situations. And here she is, she's in a situation worse than anybody I can think of that we've helped. And never once has she mentioned her own needs. And I can't think of anyone more deserving of being helped than Sabrina Jones.
We would really like for you guys to come to Mississippi and see us and do an extreme home makeover here at the Jones house. That would be such a blessing to us. The ABC, come see us.
What's crazy is she's always been there for other people, and now it's really time that somebody gave back to her, and we can help and give these guys a house they truly deserve. So what do you say? Can we do this?
Yes!
Well, bring it in here, people. Let's make it happen. Are you with me?
Yes!
Well, then let's do it! Good morning, Jones family! Sabrina, Marjan, Mardarius, and Marjaya, wake up! What's happening? What's happening?
The way the Jones family looks at things is, how can we help somebody else? We'll be okay. What's going on in our house is our thing. How can we help you? But now it's time that we look at their house and say, what can we do to help them? And that's why we're here this week.
It's okay. It's okay. Let it out. I know you've been holding that in for a while.
Sabrina just hugged Ty and started crying. And I'm holding Marjaya and she's crying. And it wasn't tears of sadness. It was this kind of raw cry, like their suffering is finally over.
You feel your heart pounding almost like you're about to explode. You know, there's a new future, you know, and there's hope behind this bus.
Everybody's been here all week. We're waiting for this moment. I know you guys have been living kind of a really tough situation, but I think all that's changed, and it's right behind this bus. Are you guys ready to see what's behind this bus?
Ready.
Okay, well, you know what to say it with me. Bus driver, move!
I said, move that bus, and just held on as best I could. Thank goodness those boards were there because, oh my God, what I saw was just unbelievable. We've never had anything like that in our lives, and it was just truly a miracle. That's what I saw.
Faye Smith was a single mom. She had 3 kids, Ransom and Missy, both teenagers, and her youngest, Emily. She also worked full-time, but it never got in the way of her loving and caring for her family.
I've always worked my whole life for my kids. You know, my whole world has revolved around my kids, and it's always been like that.
Now, their house was always filled with teenagers who'd come to watch movies, have sleepovers, or just hang out.
We just love her so much. We love her so much. Come here. And you know what? Her house is always the house that everybody wants to be in. Oh, yeah. We always eat all their food.
Then it all changed with a single phone call. The family was away when they got the news that a fire back home had burned their house to the ground.
I remember I was almost ready to throw up, and my boy comes over and he put his arm around me and he said, "Mama, we're gonna be just fine." And I was just so thankful to have my kids.
All they could do was pick up the pieces and start again. So they worked together to plan their dream home. It was exciting. They all helped with the design, especially Ransom, who was even considering becoming an architect someday. And things were starting to look up.
We decided as a family to rebuild this house on the same lot, you know, not any bigger. The house that sits here right now is 300 square feet smaller than the house we had. And it was a place for me and the kids to start over.
And then just 3 months after the fire, another phone call would shatter the world completely.
Cherokee County 911. There's been a terrible accident. They need an ambulance. Okay, anybody hurt? Get healthcare quick. That's all I know.
Ransom and Missy were in a car accident not far from home. A car had veered into their lane and hit them head on, and it was bad.
All I remember was paramedic said that there's a possible... He said that there was a possible death on the driver's side.
Amazingly, Missy survived with minor injuries, but Ransom didn't make it.
My son died. My son died. And so I try to keep my family together. You know, I try to keep me and my girls just positive. I didn't want to break them down. I didn't want to lose my girls.
Now, no parent should have to bury their child. But if there is a silver lining to this whole thing, it's that Ransom was an organ donor.
He gave his heart to a 19-year-old girl, and he gave his 2 kidneys and his liver. And so I know out there's a part of him living, you know? And if nothing else, that's a great feeling for a mom.
It helps Faith to know that her son didn't die in vain. She's also determined to finish the house that Ransom helped plan. The problem is, their insurance money has run out, and the shell of the home is now just sitting out there in the elements, waiting to be completed. She can't afford to continue, but she refuses to let it go. It's all she has left of her son.
I'm gonna tell you, I lost a whole lot more than you can ever give me. But this would be a great start for me and the girls, and I hope that that we get some help. We get somebody to help us build this house. That's what we want. We just want somebody to help us build this house back. And I miss him. And I would really love to have this makeover for me and the girls.
Wow, they're awesome.
So what do you say? Can we do this?
Absolutely. We have to.
Well, then bring it in here, people. Are you with me?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, then let's do it! Good morning, Tipton Smith family! Faith, Missy, Emily, guys, wake up! Come on out here! Oh my God! The family had lost their house, then they'd lost Ransom. They've lost a lot in the last 2 years. And so now they're holding on to this house that they planned and they designed with Ransom. They're still paying the mortgage on it while they're paying rent and a rental without any furniture. Luckily, friends and neighbors have given them mattresses to sleep on, but they really don't have anything. So tell us what it's been like, because I know you guys have been through quite a bit.
Ransom was the man of my house, and I'm grateful for the 16 years that I got with him. I miss him. It's been 617 days today, but
you count all the days.
I try not to. I miss him. We miss him. It's just been tough, and I just want a home for me and my girls.
That's what Ransom wanted for you guys too.
Yeah, he did.
And I tell you what, I know we can't bring Ransom back, but what we can do is try and make his dream come to fruition, to get you guys back in the house as a family.
Our son!
Knowing that we were there without my brother was a little hard, but then when we heard everybody yelling, kind of made him there in a way.
Miss Faith, I know you guys have been through a lot of tragedy, but you held your family together, and you never given up on the family dream home. So what's behind this bus is for you, and it's for your girls, and it's for Ransom. So you guys know what to say, right? Well, say it with me. Here we go. Bus driver, move that bus!
I've waited for this day for a long time. I've looked at that house for the last 2 years. It is a beautiful home. You can tell that house was built with love.
I want you to thank some people that worked very, very hard this week. I'm talking about Tony Perry, all the guys from Oakwood Homes.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
I tell you what, I had so much help to build your home back.
Good.
You know, everybody knew that this was very special to the three of y'all, but also to Ransom. We were very concerned, though, as a community, about you having this mortgage. So we've gotten together, and this community has come out and paid it all.
No way!
The community rose to make Faith's dream of this home come true at the end. I know that Ransom played a huge part. It is got to be a unique thing to leave this world and do some really good on the way out.
Hi, ABC! We're the O'Donnell family from Austin, Texas.
I'm Patrick, the dad.
I'm Jeanette, the mom.
I'm Kate, the teacher.
I'm Adrian, I'm 12.
I'm Aaron, I'm 10. I'm Megan, I'm 8. I'm Patrick, I'm 6.
And this is Kiernan, and he's 5. Welcome to our home.
Patrick and Jeanette O'Donnell always wanted a really big family, and they were so excited when their first daughter was born, Caitlin. But things weren't quite as they seem, because Caitlin was later diagnosed with autism, which is a neurological disorder that affects social and sensory issues.
Caitlin started talking, then she stopped talking. During this time, we're struggling with the pediatricians to tell us why our oldest child is not talking.
It took 5 pediatricians to give us a diagnosis.
Caitlin was a pretty severe case of autism, but doctors assured them that it was not genetic and that any of the other kids they might have probably would not be born with the condition. So Patrick and Jeanette had more kids, but then they got some really unexpected news. They found out their daughter Erin was diagnosed with autism. Then they found out that Patrick, then Kiernan, and then finally Deirdre also had some form of the condition. Health officials say that this is the most biological children with autism of any family in the United States.
The question that I get so mad at the most is, why did you have all these kids if you knew there was autism? Well, we didn't know there was autism. We were told that it was not possible to have more than one genetic autistic child. What I want to say to these people is, which one would you give back? And there's not one that I would not have in this home, no matter how hard it is. These children were meant to be, and they were meant to be our children.
Jeanette and Patrick are dealing with a house full of kids with all different kinds of autisms with different needs.
Right now, the house doesn't work for us. Because of the autism, they really need a time to have their own space, their own place to go to calm down or de-stress. We have extreme wear on the home just from having 5 autistic children. We have a child that breaks furniture from rocking too hard in it because he needs that stimulation of rocking. He likes to hear the break of glass. He likes to hear water run. Caitlin draws on the walls because that's her way to relieve her stress. To us, it's a form of art, but it also ruins the walls. Get printing these 2, they're not hot. Megan is the only child in the house without autism. We do rely on her a lot to help us out, especially with Kiernan and with Caitlin. And we do rely on her for things that maybe a little girl shouldn't be so responsible for.
They spend their whole time taking care of these kids with their special needs. They would love to be able to fix up their house, but they don't have time to try and make the house a better living situation for their kids.
Our house, from the outside, looks all right. If you come inside the house, you know, we do have peeling wallpaper, water damage, cracked ceilings.
This bathroom here is the worst damage. Anytime it rains, we get water damage from the roof. This is mold from here down. Every month I come and spray it because it's still live mold, but I'm trying to keep it under control.
What we have is Patrick in his bed down here. We have Megan sleeping in her futon over there. Jeanette, Kiernan, myself in the bed here. So we sleep 5 to a room.
What they really need is a place where these kids can have a space of their own and give mom and dad a little peace of mind. And to make matters worse, they've fallen behind on their mortgage payments, and now the bank is about to foreclose on their house.
We struggle. We go month to month. There's some months where we're worried what's going to happen, what bill's going to get paid.
My husband works 2 jobs, so I don't have to work. And then I can stay home, and I don't have to have other people care for them. I have gotten letters that they're going to start foreclosure. If my kids with the severe autism are homeless, they're not going to let us keep them. I mean, they'll put them in foster care. How do you face that with your child? How do you face that with your family? I just can't imagine being there. I can't imagine being there.
And if you look at our house, you see that right now it looks like we don't care about this home, but we do care. We just can't do anything about it because of our financial situation. But if you walk in this house, you see more love than you'll see in a lot of places. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Please consider us for the Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Thank you.
So here's what we gotta do. We gotta learn as much as we can about autism so we can build a house that meets all their needs. Gotta figure out a way to raise some money so that these guys can get out from underneath their debt. So what do you say? Can we do this?
Yeah. Do it.
All right, let's bring it in here, people. Are you with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then let's do it! Let's go. Come on. Here we go. Let's go. Good morning, O'Donnell family. Patrick, Jeanette, Caitlin, Deirdre, Aaron, Megan, Pat, and Kieran. Come on out here. Hi there. How are you? How you doing?
Jeanette and Patrick wanted the American dream. They wanted a big house with lots of kids, and they started down that path. And pretty soon 5 of their 6 kids were diagnosed with autism. They have so much to deal with. We can make the house easier for this family so that they can do what they do best, which is just taking care of each other.
Mommy's crying happy tears.
Hey, Megan, you okay? Hey, how are you? It's been tough, huh? You've been helping out your mom a lot, huh? Well, you know what? We're here to help, okay? When you think about Megan, who doesn't have autism, who's just crying, just tears coming out of her eyes, and I think it wasn't just a relief for Mom, it was a relief for Megan because she's got to take care of all these other kids and having to be there night and day to be kind of like your mother's little helper, just another parent. I honestly, I cannot believe that you do what you do. I mean, day in and day out, and I promise you, we're gonna make things easier on you, okay?
So much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everyone, the whole community's come out. They've been in here every single day. They've been working 24/7. Our builder, these guys have just been champions. And together, we've done something pretty amazing. I know what you do every day is pretty amazing, and I know you still have to do that. Good news is, what's behind this bus is gonna make your life a little easier. Are you ready to have your life a little easier?
We're ready. We ready?
Yeah! Are you guys ready to see what's behind the bus? Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah! Move that bus! Move that bus! Move that bus!
You guys know what to say. Say it with me. Bus driver, move that
It's beautiful, isn't it? Can you believe that's our house? You know what your old house looked like and your old yard, and it was, just average, and then they moved the bus and you're like, what a gorgeous house. And then you realize, it's mine.
Hi, ABC, we're the Nyola family, and we live in Chicago, Illinois.
Gino and Melinda Nyola grew up in Chicago. They fell instantly in love, got married 14 years ago. Now they have 6 kids. There's Bianca, Marissa, and little Patty. And then, of course, on the boys' side, there's Gino, Danny, and JoJo. Now, Gino, when he was younger, really kind of ran with the wrong crowd and got into some serious trouble.
I had gotten arrested a couple of years, 9 years ago. The things that I was into, of course, flowed over into my marriage and into my fatherhood.
It's been hard to overcome everything
And it's almost like we're expected to fail, and it's been so many years. And we're still trying to prove that we're not like that.
Gino, 10 years ago, really turned his life around with the support of his wife and his kids. And now, well, he teaches at-risk kids to stay away from the temptations of gangs, of drugs, and life on the streets.
Some of these kids don't have, dads, or their dads aren't there for them. I didn't have a league, I didn't have that positive role model, and it's just awesome to be able to have that impact on these kids' lives.
Gino's a union carpenter, and Melinda is a stay-at-home mom. And together, they work really, really hard to try and create opportunities for their kids that they didn't have when they were young. That's why the Nyola kids play violin all over town with the Merit School of Music.
Music is a symbol of great things to come, for our family, for our children. I see myself in a tuxedo one day sitting in orchestra hall and watching them play in a symphony.
Let's do perpetual motion from the beginning.
My name is Cesar Cazares. I'm the Marketing, PR, and Corporate Sponsorship Director for Merit School of Music. This family gives so much to the community. They volunteer. They've suffered so many setbacks and some challenges in life, and I think it would be a great opportunity for them just to give them a lucky break and hopefully get them on the right track.
For the past 8 years, all of these guys have been living in this tiny apartment above Grandma's, scrimping and saving, trying to figure out a way they could buy their own home.
Being in that small attic, it's hard to see so many people crammed in there. And my grandmother's just, concerned for us, concerned for, our safety, us being there.
And it's just hard to live here with all the dust, and it's really hard to be here when you have asthma attack.
I know my children deserve to have a home that is safe, that's clean, that's healthy, that's cockroach-free. Those little guys, they deserve it.
So finally, they found kind of the perfect house. It wasn't a lot, it was a fixer-upper, but it was all they could afford.
We believed it to be a blessing because it allowed us to stay in the city of Chicago. It allowed us to stay in the community in which we serve.
We knew that there was gonna have to be work done, so, it was just a great opportunity to get into a house, period.
These guys basically got taken advantage of. I mean, the house they bought was beyond repair. It was really a lemon. That was a total teardown. But Gino, he didn't have the money to do that.
All the plaster's cracking, and the wall just kind of moves. It just needs a lot of work.
We're excited to move into our new home, and the condition it's in, we really can't do that.
It's the American dream, right? To have a home, to have a nice home. They deserve more, and I almost feel like sometimes I fail them when I can't give it to them,
Now these guys are absolutely stuck. They've got a house that's unlivable. This is an awesome family, man, who just want a house that they could all live together in. And we can give them that. So what do you say, people? Can we do this?
Yes.
Well, bring it in there, people. Let's make it happen. Are you with me?
Yes.
Well, then let's do it! Ready? Good morning, Nyola family! Gino, Melinda, Bianca, Marissa, Gino, Danny, Jojo, Patty, and Grandma, you guys come on out here! Come on out here! How you doing? You okay? Hello! You doing okay? Yeah. Sure?
I love you guys so much.
We're glad to be here, man.
I'm so glad to see you. Thank you.
Man, it's been so hard. Not so much for me, because I made my mistakes, but they didn't choose that. They're my heroes. That's why I strive to be different every day. Man, you guys are here. Thank you so much.
With the help of his wife, Melinda, Gino's been able to take his life and turn it around. She is his stability, his foundation, and I think together they've been able to really form this great family.
How many of you guys play violin? Whoa. Wow.
We know, without a shadow of doubt, that it's going to open up so much opportunity for them to go to university. What they're learning now, I just can't believe it.
The Nyola kids love to play violin, but the only time they get a chance to play is at the Merit School. They can't afford their own violins. But this week, I think we can change that.
saw all the people out there on my block, you know, in front of our house, I couldn't believe it. You know, this is what I've been, you know, imagining all week, you know, was this moment and what was gonna be behind the bus.
So how was Disney World? It was awesome. It was awesome. What do you hope is behind this bus?
New life.
New life.
I'll tell you what, I think you're gonna realize that that dream you guys always wanted is really there. It's really there. You guys wanna see what's behind this bus? Are you sure? All right, well then say it with me. You know what to say. Bus driver, move!
In my mind, I was going back, like, you know, thinking about the moments, the really sad, bad moments. Like, once that bus moved, like, those moments were gone. Like, they wouldn't affect us anymore. The bus was symbolic of the new house, but it was also symbolic of everything that ever held us back just going away.
Oh my God, that's just, it's more than a person can ask for.
What you guys are looking at right there is basically twice the size of your old house.
Oh my God.
We went up 3 stories, we went back 28 feet.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
You got it, man. Tell you what, all these people in blue t-shirts, every one of your friends and neighbors have been here all week making it happen. You gotta say hi to Jeff and Charlie and the guys from Norcon. They did a fantastic job. Right there, the guys from Norcon.
You should all just consider this home one great, great big hug from all the individuals that contributed to making it. And a lot of them are standing here.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
This week has really been about second chances. And just seeing this family finally come home and be able to look at that place and say it's home and know that they finally got a second chance. They've had to go through a lot to get there, but I'm so glad we could help them get there. Go check out your brand new house. Go, go, go,
God, look at me. I love you guys. Oh.
When I walked into the living room, it filled my heart with joy. My children have sacrificed so much, that they have had so much compassion in their heart that they deserved it. And it was so happy for me. I was so happy.